So yeah, so this is the thing I was talking about, where you still get something from Beodor. You still get this, but
Interesting.
But other than that, if you didn't have restored content, he would just be gone, and then he would be here for some reason. And then you'd be like, wait, where's Beodor?
Where? Why? What's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. Remember where all those
So hold on. So blah.
Blah. Thoughts.
This is not restored. You're saying.
This is original. Yes.
Okay. So
that little thing we saw with Mira and gang going after planning to take out Kreia, that's restored. The stuff on the ship we saw in between leaving Telos coming to Malachor 5 was restored. And I think even the offhanded line of like, where's Beodor is a restored line.
So we just basically would, in the original game, would just end up with this being a thing that he just shows up in this form.
And at some point, Beodor, when the Sith are attacking Telos, is just not selectable, and you just can't be. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess he's off doing something, and then you never hear from him again.
Well, good guy, ghosts.
Yep. So he's doing some stuff. So,
but just so that I'm just to remember for a second now, when I
would save too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Right. So the control.
So run the map again.
Right.
Add more lengths to this game.
But he remote moves quick.
He does move quick.
And what do I got?
Which is very useful. You have nothing. You have
aggressive
no
and repair kit.
You have no weapons,
Okay.
and you want to go to the left.
Okay.
So we want to go and then to the right. Basically, we have to go turn on all the things we saw here earlier.
Oh, this is a fun little unexpected thing.
Little kind of thing. Yep. Enter the sequence for priming mass shadow generator.
Okay, so the idea here Bayo just mentioned is undo what he did with the mass shadow generator, which is the name of the weapon now. 25% 0.3 power.
Great. There's the first one.
And undoing this will cause the planet to what's holding the planet together to drift apart.
Yeah, the planetoids. So it's in chunks, and it's being held together by whatever the fuck the mass shadow generator is, the super weapon. And when you deactivate it, it will all fall apart, and
thus not allowing the Sith to deploy from here anymore.
It'll destroy the planet again, or it won't. It's not necessarily destroy the planet, but it'll stop the planet from existing. So we have to find the other 3, and there should be 1 more in this area, and then 2 more in the second area.
Go kill the planet even harder. Now that I can no longer...
Go finish the job.
Go finish the job that I can't finish, says Bayo.
Because I disappeared off camera.
I destroyed its people, but I could not destroy its core.
I do like that. It's because obviously it's Star Wars. There's always a super weapon.
Kill them all, Peter.
There's always a super weapon in every Star Wars thing. It's just how it always is. Nope, that's the way you came. I want to go the other way. And I like the fact that it's something different, because usually in Star Wars, the super weapon is a giant laser. And it's nice how the super weapon on this one is gravity. It's some type of gravity-based weapon.
Right. Big old Zarya bomb.
Yeah.
No, not here.
Nope, that's right.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Just check the map. That's the easiest way to do it. Because they're marked on your map. Yeah, so probably down to the... Yeah, keep crossing here and then hang a left. And hopefully there's no storm beasts, but we are faster than a storm beast, so we should be okay to outrun them. So down here and hang a left. Yeah, we missed one. So it's the path behind the storm beast.
Okay.
So do not engage with the storm beasts. You will die. Yeah, so we missed some extra paths down here. That's a dead end. Let's get turned around and hopefully not die. Ooh, want to keep going and not die. Yeah, that's the way we want to go. Hopefully he loses line of sight and gives up. There we go. That's the other one.
Okay. Whew, we cannot take hits.
No, we can't.
We can't do shit.
There we go. Enter sequence. 2 of 4. The other 2 should be in the next area, and I would recommend healing.
I was going to say, can't I just select me? There we go.
Another reason why we, went a little bit heavy on
infinite construction kits.
Just in case. Just in case.
All right.
Never hurts.
So.
Never hurts to have a few more healing items. What if we need them for the final boss?
That's the exit.
That's where we want to go.
We want to go. Okay.
Yeah, that was it. There's 2 in this area and then 2 in the depths. And we spotted one of them already. That was in the caves on the way to the pen. And then there's one to the right. And this one, I think we were a lot more thorough. So I think we cleared out these guys a little bit better. So we shouldn't have any problems here. It's just sprint.
Right. So it definitely sounds like Bayo dropped a graviton surge on this planet. and
A planet-sized graviton surge.
yeah. And
and
as he did it, he yelled "Agon pogotovnosti." Let's.
Yeah, so it's we have to head south.
Oh God, poor Zarya. I don't know if you've seen her new costume.
No,
her
I
new
haven't.
Skin. I mean, to be fair, it was decided by a competition winner.
Oh, okay.
A player designed a skin for her, but man, she just gets shafted on her skin so often.
That's unfortunate.
It's not great.
Yeah, I never really gotten a lot of hero shooters I've tried, but I love the character designs.
Yeah.
I think they're all super cool. It's just that type of game isn't really my kind of game, you know? Even all the way back to, like, Team Fortress 2. I never really got super into it, but I love all the character designs of Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a it's a really smart thing to kind of like, you know, create a genre, take a genre that people are otherwise familiar with, but like add the appeal of like unique, fun, recognizable characters.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like soldier.
Yeah. Just finish your thought, because when you click this, it's gonna advance the plot.
No, but all this to say that yeah, for a second there, the way Bayo was talking, it almost sounded like he was like, maybe you can undo some of the damage I've done, but like the wording was like a little bit like, you know, there's a line I was like, oh, is that what he's getting at? And it's like, no, not quite. But like the general he's referring to is Exile, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
He refers to you constantly as General.
Yeah.
And is that enough to power it up?
98
Power up sequence
primed.
Primed. Here we go. Oh.
If you are hearing this, then the sequence has been completed. When active, it will destroy Malachor.
Again.
I have one last command for you. You must remain behind and ensure that the sequence fires properly once the general gives the command. If not, then all we have fought for has been for nothing. You have done
Ah, remote. Not you
all you
too.
were built for. And for that, I thank you.
The double shaft.
Touching. The probability of the Iridonian installing trigger commands within your core was high. I see the probabilities have played out. Of course, the probability that I would do the same is equally high. Your inability to move right now is evidence of that. If
Probably
the
when you blew him up.
general issues the command, only I will be here to receive it. You realize I cannot permit you or the Exile to activate the mass shadow generator here on Malachor. In that, your programming and mine conflict.
You want this.
And since you have no offensive weaponry to speak of, the probability of your programming...
Use a different word, you nerd. Jesus.
Low. You must
How does this ensure stability?
would not wish the relics or the Sith's strength here on Malachor to be compromised. Their presence is needed to stabilize the galaxy.
How so?
Without them, the galaxy would be reduced to anarchy within years. And if there is anything I can't stand, it's an untidy galaxy.
So we just have to trust the calculations there.
Let us wait here, you and I, for the General's orders and calculate the probable fate of the galaxy.
Correction. One could rust listening to your speeches back. Large unwieldy vocabulator within your moon-sized frame that prevents your calculations from taking me into
Let's
account.
go.
And while I find this small droid annoying in the extreme, I find my urge to shoot a priority.
Unfortunately for you, I have arranged for friends to meet me here, and you seem to have brought none of your own.
Ooh.
Stop him.
Unexpected correction. We cannot harm that unit.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Violation of our self-preservation programming. Statement. As always, that one is calculated.
An unfortunate oversight.
Indeed.
Statement. I understand. Assassination protocols activated. Let us see what you have in your arsenal, that one.
All I wish was to fulfill my programming. By the way, the Republic is through.
observation. I thought he would never...
Wow.
Hey, universe! Remember when that thing was gonna make a difference? It didn't. I feel vindicated. Also, bye, Ebon Hawk!
Yeah, again.
As I point to the stands and go, listen!
Yo. Okay. I thought for a second there we were gonna have...
Come a long way, Craig.
Hold up, we got one more thing, and then we'll talk.
Ah, the Huntress. To come alone, you are braver than I thought.
She is not alone. We stand with her.
Oh god, Sid.
And with her, stand all the Jedi.
And now I come in saying something suitable.
Children with lightsabers, but not Jedi, I think. Come close. Let me look upon you and see what the exile...
This is also restored. This is not here at the end.
Assassin,
Are you fucking crazy?
slayer of her own kin, a blinded slave, and a fool.
Remember when I said the ending
Which
didn't
of
feel
you
good?
wishes to try yourselves against me? As you can see, I am unarmed. You, perhaps... come
The
try
apathy is death WrestleMania sign was cut content?
This whole sequence is cut content.
The point of the thing they showed you?
Oh, she got a hit in.
Ooh.
Oh, I guess we should... There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. That went a little bit longer than normal. It's probably because you're
A little too
health.
tough?
Little at low health.
Oh, they actually have to fight in simulation?
Yeah.
your life for him. Think of everything you will lose by dying. Your lusts unfulfilled, a dance unfinished.
Oh, they called
Granny
it
knows
out.
what's up. Granny knows what's up.
You, blind one.
Unfinished
You
by
have
the
hungered to strike
the
me down ever
devs.
since you saw the bond the exile and I share. Can you feel the force running through me, even past the veil, past your blooded eyes? You know you cannot win.
Force runs strong within you, Traya. But in the howling of a storm, it is difficult to hear the whisper of the blade. You have forever been the blind one. You were given a gift few are ever given, and yet you let your gift of sight warp you, twist.
You think you're sitting under your lord with torture, Miraluka? I will make you see.
Oh, you don't want to hear it.
Assassin.
You don't want to hear it.
Don't even get... Yeah, just fuck off.
Bye!
And then Atten just...
Bye! Nigero Smokey! Run like Joseph.
Oh,
Atten out!
And I get the fool.
Funny. That's just what I was thinking.
Okay.
all right.
okay.
Back up. Before
I
we do
was-
anything else,
yes, so-
that entire sequence is cut from the game on the in the base game.
All of that.
That entire showdown, yeah.
Incroyable.
Now, Atten still engages with Cyan at some point, but it is completely out of left field if he is a Jedi or a Force user. But that entire section is not in the original ending of the game.
Wow.
Which is pretty fucked up, yeah?
Yeah.
Also, HK coming in to shoot Godo's ass isn't in the game unless you complete the HK factory, which, if the HK factory is not installed due to restored content mod, it just ends on Godo going, you're not going to be able to destroy the planet, and then it just
cuts away.
cuts.
So that's unrestored. That's how it originally ended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the way that sounded when he meets him, it made me think that it was like, you and I represent the decisions the exile will choose in about half an hour, you know, or whatever. And it made me think I was going to be like, okay, so whatever I pick chooses their actions at that point. But then it doesn't play out that way because HK is like, yo, fuck you, fat boy, you know,
So-
which is great.
So just think about how much stuff in vanilla is already missing from this sequence.
Trash.
It's like you're like, what? What the fuck?
Trash.
You basically are like, what the fuck is going on? And I'll go more into it as once we hit credits.
Yeah.
But like,
No,
there
but
is some shit where
I-
you're
like-
like, what the fuck?
Like, the way I look at things where it's just like, I rarely ever say, like, you never should have bothered, almost.
Mm-hmm.
But having you strung along for what seems to be an in-depth journey and meeting characters and then just fucking stopping
Yeah.
is so much more infuriating than, like, having bad ones consistently throughout the whole thing.
So that's why, as a kid, I much preferred KOTOR 1. But now, as an adult with the restored content mod, I think KOTOR 2 is much cooler. I still think KOTOR 1 is a better game overall, start to finish, because obviously it's had more time in the oven to be a more consistent narrative, but fucking KOTOR 2 is so cool! It does so many cool things with its story and its characters, and I can look past its flaws once the restored content mod is installed, because this ending is a fucking wet fart in vanilla.
Yeah.
Also, maybe drugs.
Definitely sounds insane how much context is missing from what you're telling me here.
Oh, it's insane.
So that little showdown then, immediately after that great little HK moment.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Sorry. Goto is like, we need the war to continue. We need the struggle to continue.
Well, we need a religious power, and the Jedi are currently gone.
Right.
So the only one left, like you said, it's like, I don't care which one, the Jedi or the Sith, we just need some religious power to unify the galaxy. And so currently, as the moment, the Jedi are gone. The Council is dead. So you need the Sith to continue something.
Also, like, he's created himself. To fulfill his programming, he went into the outlaw side of things.
Yeah, he went into
there needs to be a
dominant religious faction,
and a group outside the law, so to speak. Right.
Yeah.
So the showdown there with the fucking team is what the cave was hinting at. And the fact that you're going to then remove the thing that was hinted at. The only point of that scene gone.
Also, don't forget, if you decide to play this with any sort of nuance, you could absolutely just miss out on that cave entirely and be like, what? What happened?
Okay, ignoring the mind-numbing craziness of that idea, it's interesting how in that scene, like, she's besting them and piece by piece.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm unarmed, bitch. Come on, come at me.
But Visa is actually like dishing her points out, you know?
And it's like, shut up.
And she drops an edgy line, but it's an edgy line that's actually pretty decent, where it's hard to hear the whispering of the blade in the middle of a storm.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if there's so much power coursing through your veins, you might totally miss it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you fucking hush your mouth, child.
Shut up. Again.
Hush up, child. Whole lot of cats running around with that name.
Again, Darth Traya is a Sith. So
as called by Visa in that moment. She just says it for what it is. So
maybe drugs.
It's kind of interesting how Visa doesn't quite let you know until a little bit later on that she knows a lot about a lot, and you can kind of just go, hey, what's going on over there? And she could theoretically have told us, but sort of didn't.
And maybe a shield too.
Yep, totally shield, exactly.
We got one on, so. Although we went the dueling shield. Oh, the Verpine prototype shield's the best one. Sorry, that one.
I just, I would have spent this whole game just talking to fucking Visas.
Yeah.
Going like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
How many people? Who's over there?
I mean, she's a Sith. She knows what's up.
What's her real name?
Visas? That's her name.
No. I mean, Kreia.
Yeah. Well, who is she? Yeah.
And I also would have been interested in hearing only Critical Strike. Huh? I didn't give him anything else.
I mean, Crit'll be good because you're a crit boy.
I also would have been interested in hearing what she would have had to say about Bayo, who she couldn't sense at all. She couldn't read him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Atten's strong enough.
Pop that shield. Just in case, let's not risk it.
Atten is actually doing it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a level 21 Jedi Sentinel and a level 8 Scoundrel.
Excuse me, Atten plus drugs is doing it.
Yes, absolutely.
His coke high might actually carry him forward.
We definitely want to win this fight.
Yeah, like that one soldier who there's a soldier who's carrying all the amphetamine drugs in like World War II, I think. Or no, after that, he was fighting against the Russians, and like he basically drugged himself up, and for 3 weeks he was a terror.
Yeah.
And he was skiing around like it was just like this one coked up werewolf on skis.
Yeah.
Is fucking up an entire platoon.
Yeah, the sniper dude. Yeah, I love that story. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
He ran away.
Crackle.
When the exile enters Trayus Academy, he will be faced with a choice. One path, assuming he survives, will allow him to save his friends, but he shall be the weaker for it. The other route will lead him directly to this place, through the ones that have
Loud.
hounded his steps from the beginning, and he shall have his vengeance. Show him every respect when he arrives in these halls, Lord Scion. This I command you.
Okay.
Big cuck. Mm-hmm. Oh, he hates it.
So before we hit in here, first off, this first Jedi is going to drop a lightsaber on death. Or the first Dark Jedi, rather, you're going to fight in the same way with the parts. So that thing that you just said, where one path is going to lead to your friends and you can save and you can be weaker for it, and the other path is just basically vengeance. So here's the thing. We're going to do both, because it doesn't matter, because, again, this wasn't implemented properly.
Interesting.
But there was a cool thing they were going to implement, which they didn't have time, which this is it's partially restored in the restored content mod, but the idea was you save your friends, but you sacrifice attributes in the process. It physically makes you weaker for the fight.
Oh, interesting.
Which they didn't get a full chance
levels
to...
or you lose
You lose
abilities.
something, but they didn't get a chance to fully implement it.
That is a neat idea.
And the alternative, which we'll get to when we cross that bridge, but it's a really cool idea, and I wish they implemented it, because I've been a very neat... Like, all right, save your friends, but you will be weaker at the boss.
That's the anti-Persona, because Persona is always like, okay, we need the power of friendship right now, and it's okay, we've leveled all of our friendships up to max level 10,
yeah.
So now, yay, we can defeat the big evil.
Yeah.
And here it's like, no, you're gonna lose things to make it work.
And that's
for them.
that's what Krea's been trying to reinforce the entire game, is like, helping your friends only makes you weaker. Like, helping these people and giving up yourself is only make you weaker, right? As a reflection of, like, you know, like you, and so it's...
Fuck, that would have been a great video game
would have been great
lesson to learn from what
I'm-
she's been saying.
So, very cool concept, but unfortunately it doesn't play out. It still plays out thematically, whichever way you want to play, but it doesn't play out as a game mechanic, unfortunately. So, but, you know, still some cool stuff.
Okay, so but you can kind of exploit it because it hasn't been fully...
Yeah, it's there in text based. It's there in story and role playing based, but it's not there in a, you know. Zap. Yeah, one of these Jedi in here should drop a lightsaber, unless if that's not restored now. There it is. There's a lightsaber.
Short. Green.
Green.
Green and short.
Green and short. So yeah. This is
Okay, now
the
this looks
Academy.
more Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Now we're seeing the inside.
So can you leave real quick before we do anything? Can you leave and come back out? Yeah, let's just come back, leave for a second, and go back inside. And let's see what this area is called, because we didn't actually get to see what it's called. Trayus Academy. So that's a really good, important piece of information that you could miss.
When did you get the chance to do this? Yeah, right there on the map, Trayus Academy.
Uh-huh.
When did you get the chance?
Uh-huh. This implies that Traya has something to do with this.
Betraya.
Betraya in Betrayus.
Betraya. I mean, like...
God, that would be so funny if that was the actual reasoning of the name.
But come on, like, are the other Darth names any smarter? Like,
No.
let's be real. Like, evil-sounding word or bad-sounding word, right? Scion, Nihilus, Vader.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Vader is also a wrestler. Like...
Vader's a band?
So...
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
You're just gonna explore a little bit? Yeah, there's a lot of set dressing in this area, but not a lot in this kind of stuff.
No, it's just it's the map.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you were hiding around the corner.
So we are
Plagueis. Plagueis.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm just waiting for Darth. I'm the bad guy. Duh. Oh yeah, we haven't used kill in a while. That'll kill him.
Oh, the sound of the choke.
Yeah.
I'm the
pretty
good guy.
Yep. Yep, definitely the good guy here.
Big goods.
Murdering everyone in mass.
Deflect
Ooh,
with lightsaber and kick.
Yep.
How very Ninja Turtle of me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, one more level, huh? Well, persuasion up. Not
Yeah.
much persuading to do.
Honestly, we're at the point now where we are so beyond, like, good for everything.
What was I talking about? Topping off energy resistance.
Yeah, we could do
battle med.
this. I think we have one more level after this, if we eke it out. But this might be this could be very well be our final level. So wherever you want to put it. Energy resistance is good because it works against lightsabers, works against things like that.
Yeah, top it off.
Overachiever. You hit level 30.
There we be.
Not the cap, mind you. The cap is 50.
Way above 20.
Mm-hmm. Way above 20. And also, there is no way a practical the game playthrough of this game will make you end at 50. There's absolutely no way. You have to exploit the game, like either through the mind trick or through
weird. So like
I remember now what the bug in the Sith cave is if you keep opening up the dead Jedi body, it keeps spawning hisses constantly, so you can farm XP there.
So I guess the idea might be then that like we put the cap over what's possible, but there's nothing you're gonna be. Are you still getting new things at that point?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Like they programmed it all in. Like I did a level 50 run just out of curiosity with the I didn't do a run. I started one with console commands and just cheated my way to level 50, and it was crazy because it was coming to the point where it was coming to the point now where like I just didn't really need any more feats, so I was grabbing dumb ones like run faster by 10%. Like it was just like, all right, I've run out of things to pick.
Oh, that's fucking what a fucking sequence right there. Stasis everybody.
Yeah, hold that thought. We're having a philosophical and interesting conversation about life. You Sith just wait there.
Everybody freeze.
And then you just casually walk up and just go boop, boop, boop. It's like knighting but death. Oh, there you go. Weird. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. You can move on to the next target. Or yeah, just do that. I don't think one kill can kill, depending on how much HP they have. I think one kill can kill, but in this case, I think it takes two. But then they're locked down. Yeah, mind trick didn't work. That's fair. Also now, because of our sick buffs, like all of our spells should be basically casted without any sort of saves.
They don't even tell you what path you're choosing, eh?
Nope. Huh. But there are two paths. We picked one, and there is nothing stopping us from picking the other. So we can always double back. In fact, if you wanted the extra XP, it'd be a good idea to go back. Oh, where's that? People in the next room?
Man.
Also, yeah, we have all of the Sith here now. We got the Hungry Boys and the Crusty Boys.
They're all together. Yeah, well, everyone under Kreia now.
Yep.
Which, they're learning from the Trayus Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Academy.
So here's the question: did Traya make this, or does this predate Traya? Right, that's the ultimate question. Did she build this in the course of what, the 5-10 years?
Yeah.
That we've been in exile since the end of the Mandalorian Wars?
And why has this never come up?
Or was it found? Was it like a place that was discovered?
There must always be a Darth Traya.
Because she has definitely hinted at the concept of that there are dark places in the galaxy that you can find that are basically the sources of like massive power, right? That like in the same way if you look at like the Vader comics where they're like, oh, look at this dark cave, let me put a Sith 5G tower on the top of it.
I'm the type of person who would read, if you say something like there must always be a Darth Traya, that to me doesn't sound like you're Darth Traya the First in a way. Like I feel like you say that as part of a lineage of some kind, as opposed to self-importance, but hard to say.
Yeah. I'm sure all of our answers will be answered at some point now that we have the restored content mod, because boy, a lot of these answers are not answered otherwise.
But big ol' Sith Academy at the Battle of Malachor, like, it's like, what kind of sense... hold on, so we can go into that door. We have our objective beyond that point.
That's the Trayus prison.
Yeah.
I recommend going that way first. But we can go either way. We can always double back. There's two routes, but there's nothing stopping us from completing both routes.
The hard door is a clear point.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll point it out so that we don't walk too far forward. Just to see everything. But the more interesting and more important side is the prison for sure. God, again, probably the worst way to go, right?
Yep.
Stasis, and
It's bad.
And if you're aware,
It's bad.
Well, no. I would say the worst way to go is to be completely cut off from the Force and cut off from the afterlife, but
Yeah.
I think that would probably be worse. But if for the average day-to-day dude, this is probably the worst way to go.
Again, like you are paralyzed, and you feel it all. Mm-hmm. You feel it all.
It's that nightmare scenario when you wake up during surgery or something.
And shout-outs to everyone's creative Darth names as we go through just the world trying to think of, like, the most obvious and ridiculous Darth Satan.
I definitely saw Darth Yowie and Darth Fuda, and I'm like, good job.
Darth Xenahort.
Darth Ganon.
Darth Evilak. Done.
Darth Evilak.
Done. And done.
It's over.
Done.
It's over, guys.
All right.
Not even really a lot in the way of remains here as well, too.
Trayus.
Yep. Trayus Crescent. So this is area number 2. Yep. That's an environment. That tells us lots of info about the next area.
Darth Meanie.
Darth Meanie's pretty good, too.
Malachor Door. Door.
Oh, hi.
All right, every door requires a buff up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely give you ample opportunity to power yourself up to be able to beat these enemies here.
And I mean, you know, like, I assume these...
So, yeah, if you go to the right, that'll zone you back out to that starting area.
I assume these are not pushover enemies in any other sense of the word.
No, I mean, they are still swinging. They're not swinging for, like, 180 like that big beast did outside, but these are still... They're putting in work. But you just have so much health at this point that, like, it's going to take them forever. Oh, nice. We're zapping people from other rooms. Are they going to come running, or are they just going to hang out? Nice. Doesn't matter. They're dead.
They're dead.
They're dead. Imagine being... Again, I love that
From
idea.
another room.
Yeah, it's like you're so powerful, you're actually accidentally killing other enemies in other environments. Yeah, they're hiding around the corner.
Hiding around the corner for dear life, and then the fucking death comes through the walls.
Yep. Wait, take a look at the soldier. Are they red? I think they might be red.
They're wearing the Sith armor from...
Yep, from the regular Sith armor.
Yeah, well, not without the silver.
Yep. It's the same armor, but it looks like it's a little bit more
bronzy,
evil.
yeah.
A little more evil than normal. So yeah, the vibe I'm getting here is Malachor 5.
Yep.
Pretty evil planet.
Yep. Not good.
If a planet can be good and or evil, this one feels pretty evil. That also implies a really funny thought. What does a good planet look like?
Dantooine pre-crisis?
But, like, there is still, like, animals attacking people, and, like I'm just imagining a planet that is, like, fluffy and lovely, and all the animals live in harmony, and everything lives in one with nature.
The forest moon of Endor.
Even they're still hunting and eating people, right? Also, here's a skin from KOTOR 1.
Okay, you're real. You're real.
Mm-hmm.
I acknowledge you.
So that was a Marauder. Marauders are the equivalent of a Weapon Master.
I acknowledge your strength. Keldroma.
Another one.
Finding his way around the galaxy.
I appreciate all these Dark Lords and evil dudes just mass-producing their equipment and selling it to make a few bucks.
I can see someone down there that looks...
like a target? Yep.
Where'd the music go?
No, we're paused.
Dark Jedi Apprentice, and I can't select the other person.
Not yet, too far away. Just got a zap.
Alright.
There's the music.
Hey!
It's a trap! It was a shitty trap!
Alright. Oh yeah, we're still on potency. I guess that's the way place to stay. Yeah, alright.
That's the way I do it. Ultra mesh.
Nades. Hey, look, a window.
If you look outside long enough, there should be some lightning.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
There it
you
is.
go. Yeah.
Nice.
How about that?
I believe I remember seeing a mod that makes the lightning look cooler, but it is a very popular mod on Steam as well too. But
This looks like a big area.
oh, it is.
Okay.
I mean, you saw this place from the outside.
Yeah.
It looks pretty sizable. It'd be pretty unfortunate if it was just like 2 rooms, you know? Alright, there's some names in here, I believe. Or they're just regular old Jedi. Or Dark Jedi. But yeah, you'll be noticing you'll be coming across a few different name types of enemies. There's Dark Jedi Apprentice, Sith Marauder, Sith Assassin, Sith Lord. Like, they're named. They're technically all a little bit different.
We are going through an academy.
Yep.
People were here doing the learning.
Yep. Remember when they said the Sith were out there hiding somewhere? They were here. Here they are, and we are taking them all out.
So the everyone's attempt to draw out the Sith. We got to do everything to Xerxium. What is that?
What are we doing to Xerxium?
The Xerxium rifle?
I don't know. I don't remember this one. Oh, well, apparently I already had one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good gun. Got it. Cool.
Yeah, the drawing out of the Sith was always the end goal, and it's like, okay, well, they're all hanging out here.
Yeah, that's kind of funny when you think about it, where it's like, wait, where are the Sith attacking from? What about that one place that was super evil that is kind of like a war crime area and like a forbidden zone?
Oh, Krea's house? Yeah. Should we maybe go check out Krea's house?
Yeah.
They're hanging out in her basement. She's baking him cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Granny, what the fuck?
Yo, Granny, what the fuck? Another Marauder. I'm sure this is going to go very well for you, Marauder. So I believe Mind Trick level 1 is just going to can only stun. Oh, don't worry about that one. Oh, imagine. So a Marauder is a combat class. It's combat based, and you're just like, I have been training for this. I have been honing my lightsaber skills forever. And this guy walks up and just goes, nope.
Yeah. Hey, you think you can defeat Force Choke by like breath control? Huh?
You probably could, yeah.
Think about it. Think about it.
Unfortunately, I don't know if we'll get a chance to see the mechanic in action, but that would, that's a lot of dudes.
Hold your breath, use the Force to do what we do.
Yeah. And then just hold your breath for like, what, 5 minutes or whatever.
Then all it's gonna do is hurt you.
Yeah, you'll just be like, my throat's constricting, but
yeah,
I have air.
It's like giving you an Indian burn on your throat, you know? Like, it's not really a big deal.
I guess you could. Huh. Never thought of that. Weird. That's a stealth belt. Doesn't matter. Also, that's got Echo in the name. Does that count for the drinking game? Also, for those currently engaged in the anime, I don't have enough liquor.
Yeah.
As I mentioned off camera, I am not about to start taking shots of Hibiki. You savor that shit.
All that's left is the good shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start chugging that stuff.
Hey, north seems to be the direction of progress, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then let's not go north.
Double back and take a look around. Yeah, there's a lot of rooms in here. A lot of XP.
Behind these doors. A lot of learning you can do in the academy.
Mm-hmm.
Big learns.
Well, that looks like a Sith Lord.
Yeah, it does. Oh, he's coming in hot.
They're both coming in pretty hot.
Look at you.
Ooh.
Your armor is awesome.
Ooh, you're running low. Ooh.
Oh.
That was a fight.
Your armor is awesome, dude.
So we came across 2 of those guys earlier, and a couple of those guys actually, 2 for sure, as we went into the temple on Duxon. We had Mira and Handmaiden and Beodor. Those were the 2. The Sith Lords at the entrance, those were those 2 armors.
Yeah.
Which, I wish you could wear that armor.
It looks great.
It looks super cool.
It's not wearable?
Nope.
By light side or at all?
Not at all. It's not a set of armor you can wear without a mod. I'm sure someone's modded it in, because I'm sure many people have had the exact same thought we just had right now of, yo, that's sick, I want to wear it.
You're lying to us about whether Malik's armor is Malik's or not, but we can't even wear the cool shit we see people wearing. Alright, so that looks like...
So that's progress.
Yeah.
So not that way yet.
That's terrible. Existing assets cannot be worn, and the armor names are lies in the meantime.
Well, there's one thing I could think of, especially with Malik's armor, that would be a problem. Is I believe Malik's model is larger than the player character's model, so you'd have to scale it down, and there might be some problems with how it looks.
I mean, the solution in those cases is usually to make sure that everyone in the game follows the
door to the down in the south.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone in the game follows the player character like rules.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's the way back
yep.
to get to the start.
Just make sure everyone can be treated the same way a player character can, dressed the same way a player character can.
Yeah.
In other words, build a robust, create a character, and use that to build like every unique NPC. And then if you want their stuff to be like specific to them, then you hide, you know, what they're wearing.
Well, that kind of is what it is in this game. It's just that there's very specific, unique enemies that do not have they didn't just make armor for. Like for example, I'm doing some fuckery. I have learned that every Sith you are fighting right now with a lightsaber, the lightsaber is called Sith lightsaber.
That's a unique item.
It's a unique item that we can't pick up that's unique for them specifically.
Okay.
So there's things like that. And I guess they just made armor for the character and just didn't actually make them equip it. They just made their defense at a certain level or whatever.
Interesting.
Plus, it's probably easier to scale up your enemies if it's not based on the armor they're wearing, but just based on their just base stats. Like, so it's, ooh, hey.
This is helpful.
Yep, you can see what's going on.
Can't see them. Also, can't see them anymore. But
apparently those guys are not evil. Apparently, the Sith soldiers are not evil.
Interesting.
I find that hard to believe.
Following orders. Just following orders.
Mm-hmm. Not even slightly red.
Doing their jobs. Thanks, workbench.
The color of their armor does not match the color of their soul.
That is interesting, isn't it? Now, if we go and we fight a bunch of the lightsaber users and we end up seeing...
Oh, it's probably... I mean, we can see right now because we can see through the walls. So if we've come across any, they should be red. Oh, these look like cells.
Little pens. Corpse.
Just come across a corpse and it's one of our companions' entire equipment.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Souls drop.
Yep. It looks like, yeah, more down that way. Oh. Okay, corpse. Got it.
This corpse holds a powerful lightsaber crystal made from the
emanations of the dying Jedi. So this Jedi died so hard it made a crystal. That's pretty metal.
What? That can happen?
I guess.
Does that make any sense?
I mean, does anything make any sense? Hurricane. Spelled in a fun way.
Sure.
That's some edgelord shit right there.
Sure.
We're talking about some edgy boys. That is a textbook edgelord. Died so hard, and the crystal is called Hurricane.
Oh,
that's some edgy shit.
Feels like it's coming from the 90s comics. Well, I was wondering why this was here.
Go take a look and see what's in there, I guess. Nope, not great. You want to upgrade. Let's see what it does.
What's in there now is my Kyber, and the Hurricane is 1 to 8 unstoppable. It's very rare. Hurricane crystal is best known for its unparalleled beauty. When used in a lightsaber, the dark gemstone creates a devastating beam that can partially penetrate any defenses. Question. The Hurricane crystal is best known for how is it known at all when it was created on top of a Jedi body?
So I guess this implies that this is a phenomenon that is at least happens enough that it is like a crystal that is at least widely seen.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like this is two different flavor texts getting mixed together, and you're like, wait a minute. I think that's still a better crystal overall.
What do you? Yeah, you think?
I think the two crystals we have right now are still better because that's not only is that giving us more health, that's just giving us straight buffs, and
without the variability of 1 to 8.
Yeah, which I know we're swinging, but like that extra 8 ain't gonna make a huge difference
At this point.
No. What's in cell block number 2? More corpses! Are you telling me that the Sith like to do big tortures? Just once I want to see like a Jedi Academy with a prison cell and there's just a bunch of corpses and it's like, what? They were Sith. We had to do what we had to do.
Right. But it's like, hey,
that's another thing.
Ankaris Sapphire.
I don't think... what is that? I think that's probably a crystal.
It's not named in the same way the others are.
But it is a sapphire, so it would be a crystal, right? I don't think I've seen that one. It is a crystal.
Strength 2, Dex 1,
Regeneration 2, Keen.
Oh, that would be really good to give to someone else.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get the chance at this point, honestly.
No.
Most poke crystal. Yeah, so it's another lightsaber crystal. So basically, if we were dual wielding 2 individual lightsabers, we could put we could put those 2 crystals we just found.
Keen on both.
Yeah, and we could just get even crazier. Yeah, we could theoretically stick that, but again, our 2 crystals we have right now are just so strong that it's not going to matter.
Just call me the critter.
Darth Critter.
Chemicals.
I mean, what?
And these are, I'm gonna guess, Matrix armor.
We picked that up before. Yep.
Did we?
It's heavy armor. It's a really, really, really strong heavy armor.
Like failed Sith and or like
that's
good guys or random passerbys that happen to find themselves on the planet. People that decided to come back and maybe check it out and be like, hey, what's that over there? Lila Temple looks cool.
Explorers also, if this has been their home base for a while, if this we have to assume this is where Krusty Boy's been hanging out.
Yeah.
So he's probably made this their home base. They probably capture people and bring them back here for torturing.
And again, and or just shitty Sith that could use a good torture.
Yeah, we've already established that the Sith will absolutely kill their own, and yeah. So
all right, that's both cell blocks.
Because that's exactly what happened the moment Revan pieced, and everyone started turning on each other.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I was trying to figure out is like, is the Revan of this game is the evil Revan of this game's let me take a sip here. Backstory, like someone that is still operating with a greater cause in mind, or are they just like picking their shots because fuck everything, you know?
I mean, I think that's going to come down to good old-fashioned role-playing. What's your ideal Revan? Is Revan still doing okay? I'm tactical genius.
Revan is whatever you want Revan to be.
Or did when Revan find out that they got basically mind fucked by the council? Did Revan go, fuck it, burn it all down, fuck all of you?
We all have our own personal Revan.
Done with it. Yeah.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see?
Exactly. Which is another reason why I think adapting Revan for the screen, like trying to bring Revan back as a character for like stories or movies or shows, is just, it's not going to work.
Because it's going to challenge other people's ideas of Revan.
Yeah. Because everyone's got their ideal version of Revan, but of course with the nature of role-playing, you can, there we go. Yeah, that's a Sith Lord.
It's deliberate.
Yeah. But like, yeah, depending on your particular type of Revan you played as, yeah, you can have a vastly different type of Revan from everyone else. Like, obviously, going through KOTOR 1, you can play Goody Two-Shoes Revan, who's, I'm such a good person. You can also roleplay that, like, yeah, when fans that, damn, big crit, get fucked. You can also roleplay it in such, yeah, that belt didn't help you, buddy, in such a way that when Revan finds out, you go, fuck this, and go crazy, and then at the last second, you go, wait, no, I'm a good guy.
Change my mind,
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways you can play it. And then, obviously, Revan is a occurring character later on, so which kind of locks in Revan, but you know,
it is a difficult thing to revisit everybody's custom OC and try to appease all of them. It is about as difficult as bringing back Cloud and making Cloud enjoyed by everybody.
Yeah, so we're gonna go straight north. There's a room we didn't finish there, but yeah, and it's so unfortunate because it's such a personal character.
Wait,
and then
hold on, we got walled off.
Yeah, we gotta take a scenic route to the right.
Shut.
There we go, and circle around that way. Bit of a maze, a little bit of a maze. This definitely feels a little bit designed in such a way to be like, let's just pad the length of this a little bit.
And the left side, or the right side rather, all the way back at the beginning is still there.
Yes.
And
it's its own path as well too. It's a little bit more streamlined. It's a little bit less maze-like, but it's still got some rooms where you're like, all right, this is clearly here to eat up some time, you know. And there we go. That's this area all figured out.
Oh. Wait.
And then that's progress. So like I said, we still got time. We can go double check and look at the other room. But that's the map.
Okay,
That's
this
the
is
side.
progress.
Yes.
So other side would have to be backtrack.
I mean, yeah, we can double back. Depends on how you want to double back. We can double back. There's another point where it connects to further on. We can go look that way.
Oh, so we can progress and still catch it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or we can run through back and do it as well. But
I'm okay to progress and then catch it.
I think there's some important stuff on this side that we should take care of first before we do anything else.
Okay. Hello.
He comes a running. Here I come. Rougher than the rest of them. The best of them.
Hey man, he came with a plan. The Moxie on this Sith Lord, you know.
I mean, you can't fault him for that. He's going in. He's committed.
I will attempt to have you suffer as little as possible.
Also, remember that whole line about you will not harm him on the way in?
Yeah. What about that?
Yeah, that's.
No. Deal with the current. And don't zone out, please.
Yeah, shouldn't zone out. Sure, you're still in combat. I think you're still safe.
We entered the room in combat.
Oh, here comes the next dude. Am I crazy? You're just not doing a lot of damage.
What's going on? Yeah. Oh, he's
crit strike drops your defense.
Right. Okay.
It's making you more vulnerable.
That makes sense.
But it does obviously have the opportunity to stun, which is useful, and it's only level 1 crit strike, so it's not the best one. Oh, well, at least the animation is still cool. A little bit of a heal. Also, I like how your bar is just it's barely moving.
Has not touched.
Your force bar is just so strong that it's like what are you guys gonna do? Just do a little bit of a hold on a second. Let me just
Beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. Stealing your shit.
More shit.
Gant things, huh?
I just like the idea that you're going through here, the big final confrontation, and you're just like, all right, but hold up, no, just kind of scrounging through some shit. Just
totally.
Kinda like,
You never know.
Hey, I might need this later. I might need this dagger against the final boss. What if this dagger is the item that I throw at the final boss's head to defeat them? Ooh, yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, you didn't stand a chance. She tried.
Down you go.
She tried. Optimal ratio achieved. So yeah, moving on, a lot more of the same.
Ooh, we got a little dining
Hey,
table.
I like that. I like that they still kind of
Interesting,
populated some of
yeah.
the rooms to look, because so far most of the rooms we've seen have been pretty bland. It's just been hallway and door.
Yeah, I know. A Sith can sit on a chair. It doesn't have to be all, you know,
Yeah, you can be refined.
sitting on the floor.
Oh, stop. Okay, so this is hard. This is progress.
That
so
door.
we do want to go the other way.
Okay.
This not going to go, so we do want to loop back around.
All right.
So we'll just do a quick little force run back, and we'll take this opportunity I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. And we'll just force speed away back to where we were.
All right.
I'm just going to Sonic this fast as fuck, boy.
Do what you got to do. And I will take a quick moment here to go all the way back and see what we missed. I really sincerely hope, of all the things that are going to happen, I'm really hoping that the game does justice to the final things that Kreia has to say. I think she's a character whose philosophy has been like espoused for the entire game, and whether or not you decide to accept them as the truth is up to you. But I feel like it would be a grave injustice if we don't get to hear like the culmination of her words for this entire journey. She is single-handedly the most interesting, not just like Sith, but she's one of the most interesting Star Wars characters I have ever encountered in anything. Now that we're here at the end of all things, looking back on what she has to say to you and where she chooses to interrupt and how she completely goes against your expectations of like what you would think she wants you to do. There's so much food for thought there with like, you know, you became a Sith Lord and yet still you're concerned. You ultimately hate the Force. You hate what it does. You think the world is better off without it. You know, that is such a fucking fascinating concept that, you know, and again, I of course I always say this as someone who is not, has not read through a ton of the expanded lore, but she's one of the best fucking Star Wars characters ever created.
Who, Mira?
Yeah, Mira, absolutely. So I really do hope that the game does justice when the time comes to close the book on that part of the story. I don't want to see it. I don't want it to be a sudden thing. I want to hear words. I want to have a discussion. I want to hear
the screams of the dead as you zap them to death.
I want. It's like I don't want to end on the exam, because when you come into high school and you walk into the gym on exam day, you just walk to your desk, you fill out the papers, and then you find out whether you passed or not over the summer. And that's not what I want. What I want is the speech that the teacher gives you on the last day of school, when it's like, all right, kids, you know, like, I've taught you what I taught you. Like, these are the final words I'm going to give you. And then, you know, that to me means a lot more than the exam does, so to speak. The exam is very cold. There's no satisfaction once it's done.
There's a little bit of satisfaction.
Yeah, it's off your chest.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, you don't get an immediate sense of, like, whether you were right or wrong. You know? Mm-hmm. Whereas, what are you guys doing? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Just, do her justice.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now, with the restored content mod, I feel like justice will be done as well as it could.
Oh, restored content. half of the discussion, half of the reaction is just my shock at the audacity of this
like,
bitch.
What? Yeah.
They didn't do what?
Sorry?
Like, the game sounds shockingly bad. You know,
it sucks because, again, it's like a lot of the meat of this game as we've played through is like in the base game. It's in vanilla, right? Like a lot of the main interactions between people, a lot of the you know, questioning, like the big points are still the same, right? To have all of that, to learn all these lessons, to have all these really cool concepts and this deconstruction of Star Wars, the nature of good and nature of evil, to get to the end and you just get nothing. Like you get a fight. You get a couple fights and then you're done, and you're like, that's it?
Yeah, I would like this game, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2: The Sith Lords is the Kingdom of Heaven of video games. Kingdom of Heaven, a Ridley Scott joint. All in all, not a great movie, released to theaters.
But
makes no sense.
But the director's cut
makes it a fucking incredible movie by just adding a little bit more context.
Yep.
And giving you a little bit more story.
Yep.
The director's cut turns the movie from a 4 into an 8.5. You know?
It is kind of nuts how, like, just a couple scenes, little bit of context, a little bit of backstory, a little bit of things can absolutely change the entire vibe and mood of any sort of media.
All of it.
It's kind of insane. On that, not backtrack though. Would you like to hear a hilarious story? Speaking of high school exams, that ended with me in the hospital with a spinal tap.
Oh Jesus Christ! Not the movie, I suppose.